Hello, my loves. Welcome to the channel if you are new here. Hi, hello, my name is Hoosier, and today we are going to be setting up our brand new Sims Forever world. I'm really excited about this. I'm also really terrified, and we'll talk a little bit more about what my Forever world is going to look like a little bit later, but I want to focus this video on the settings I'm going to be using and how I'm going to be setting up my Forever world. So grab a glass of water, I have mine, and let's get started. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do when starting my Forever world, I'm just going to come to my main menu and select new game. Immediately, this will pop us right into CAS. I'm not really concerned about making a sim for this Forever world just yet. I'm just going to come into my library and I'm going to pull one of the sims that I have here on my library. We'll do maybe Mallory Benton. I love Mallory. She's a little cutie patootie. So we are going to go ahead and replace this household. Cool beans. And now we have Miss Mallory. So we're going to go ahead and hop into gameplay. Now, the next thing that's going to happen is it's going to ask me what season I want to play in. I'm going to go with the season that I am currently in real life right now, which is technically still summer, but we're moving into fall. It's September, so things are starting to cool down a little bit. So I'm going to go with the fall season, and that's the season we are going to start in. Now, this is where you have a lot more freedom of choice as to where you're going to start your Forever world. For me, I am actually going to start my Forever world in Oasis Springs. A lot of people start their Forever worlds in Willow Creek because that's like the very first, neighborhood on the list. It's where a lot of your really iconic townies is in Willow Creek. But just because there's so many people playing in Willow Creek right now, I want to do something a little bit different, and we are going to start in Oasis Springs. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select a lot for Mallory to move into. I'm just going to move her into this lot right here, and then once we are done, we are going to hop out of Mallory's household, and we are going to actually start playing with the Manage World settings, but I want to change some of my MC Command Center settings in Mallory's household first. All right, now that Mallory is inside, I'm going to open up MC Command Center and we are going to start messing with some settings. So actually what I want to do first is grab a computer because I want to mess with some of the settings on the computer first. All right, now that I have my settings opened, I'm going to come in here to age settings and just make sure that my lifespan settings are correct. I'm going to be playing in this save on normal lifespan, and I feel like I do want to increase the elder lifespan from 14 days to 21 days. I just want their lifespan to be a little bit longer as elders. I want to give them a little bit more time to spend with their family. All of the other lifespans I feel like get plenty of time, except maybe infants. I may change this to, if the default is 5, I may change it to 10, just so that it just kind of increases, the time that they're infants, because I feel like they're not infants very long. And then we are moving on to gameplay settings. So adopt neglected child, I'm going to enable this. Adopt no caregiver, I'm going to make sure that's enabled. Character values, difficulty adjustment, I'm going to leave this alone. Fame, game time speed, I'm going to leave those alone. I have my game time speed set on 50, which is double the regular game time speed, which means it is actually, even though the number is doubled, it actually moves slower. It's half as fast as the normal game time speed. So I like my days to last a little bit longer. I have a little bit more time to get some things done with my Sims, which I enjoy. My maximum household size, I'm going to leave the same. Maximum rename length, I'm going to leave the same. Motive decay, neighborhood action plan bypass. I am going to bypass a couple of the neighborhood action plans that drive me nuts. The first one is going to be free love. We're going to bypass back to the old days. Power conservation. Sharing is caring. Water conservation, and we wear bags. I hate all of these. These all drive me absolutely insane. The rest of them can stay. I don't mind those. Now that I'm done with my age settings, I'm not going to mess with my autosave settings. I don't autosave my game. It's just not something I do. So I'm not going to mess with that. So we've taken care of age settings and gameplay settings. Now I'm going to go into money settings and just make sure that there's nothing in here that I want to change. I don't think so. I think everything in here is completely fine. I'm not going to worry about child support or anything like that. If I end up playing with a household that maybe I want that, we can take a look at that a little bit later. I'm not going to mess with any of the notification console or menu settings, and I'm also not going to mess with any of the relationship settings. Now, I'm going to go into my MC population settings. So under my MC population settings, I'm going to enable or disable bar nights. I don't want aliens. I don't want bears. I don't want ghosts. I'm fine with guys night. I don't want night night. I'm fine with ladies night, and I'm fine with single night. So we're going to leave all of those on. Now under MC pregnancy. So now under pregnancy percentage, I've set my elder pregnancy percent to 0. I'm setting my adult pregnancy percent to 5. I'm setting my young adult pregnancy percent. I think 20 is fine for that. And then teen pregnancy percent, I'm going to do 10. I've changed my mind. I think I want to do 15% for young adult. And then we'll do 20% for adult. I feel like that feels a little better to me. Now, under valid target ages, I'm selecting teen, young adult, and adult. Checking that bypass robots is on. Now, down here under other pregnancy, I'm going to allow pregnancy aging. We are going to enable this because I do want my Sims to continue to age as they get pregnant. All right, perfect. Now that I have my MC Command Center settings set up exactly the way I want, I'm going to save and go to Manage Worlds, and I'm going to start messing with some of the settings in Manage Worlds. So I'm going to start messing with some of my aging settings and my neighborhood story settings. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my options menu, and I'm going to go to Game Options. And under Gameplay, I am going to make sure that I have my Wants and Fears turned on. And I'm going to auto age plays households. No, I don't want any of my households that I have played aging. I'm fine with unplayed households aging. I think that's totally fine. I'm going to leave my Sims lifespan at normal. I have burglars allowed. Automatic breakups, I'm actually going to disable because those have really started to bother me. Because I feel like if my Sims are in an argument, immediately they're like, if you're mean to me, I'm going to break up with you. And I'm like, no, sometimes you just have arguments. So we're going to allow friendly invites and romantic invites. And I'm going to leave my autonomy on full. So we're going to apply changes. I have my seasons set to 14 days, which is where I prefer them. And I do have thunder, snowstorms, and icy conditions disabled in my game. I'm going to disable ailment spread in Enchanted by Nature under the pack settings because I don't want to have to deal with ailments. I've also disabled balance and imbalance, and I've also disabled luck because they're just not features I enjoy playing with. Now I'm going to go up here to Manage Households, and I'm going to go ahead and configure my neighborhood story settings for all households in my households. So I have the Enable Neighborhood Stories box unchecked, which means none of the Sims in my households will have any effects on them due to neighborhood stories, which is exactly what I want. Now in other households, I'm going to configure my neighborhood stories settings. I don't want any craziness going on. I'm tempted to leave these on for right now. I think I'm going to disable adopting children, cats and dogs, or horses, because it drives me nuts when I end up with houses, people that live in apartments and have 7 horses. That's not a thing. So I'm going to disable those options. The rest of it, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave. We're going to allow them to have babies, join careers, move in, move out, die, all of those things. So we're going to go ahead and leave that way. So now that I have all of my settings set up the way that I want them, it is time to finally start playing in my forever world. So like I said, I'm going to be starting in Oasis Springs. Now, I am not a great builder, so I will be pulling builds off the gallery, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that I credit those builds to the people that actually built them. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this little setup video. Just giving you an idea of the kind of settings I'm going to be playing with in the forever world. And then we'll have some more long play style videos where we're kind of playing with each of the families in this world. We'll be giving them all kind of makeovers and kind of figuring out what we want to happen with each of these families. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and a comment down below. If you have not used your hype points yet, please feel free to use your hype points. Those are free points given to you every week by YouTube. You can hype a video 3 times per week. So if you have not done so, please go ahead and do so. There is a video in the top left-hand corner of the screen that has either already played or should be playing right now that shows you exactly how to use those hype points. It's just a great way to let YouTube know that you guys are enjoying the video and they should show it to more people. Thank you all so much for coming to hang out with me today. Thank you to my top level members. If you would like to become a member of the channel, you can check out the video description for a link in order to become a member for only 99 cents a month and get access to all of my really cool members only content. I appreciate you all so much. I will see you all next time. Bye guys.